Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Vanessa and you're watching the Exploring Oracle, or the Exploracle for short. So today we will be taking a look at this deck. This is called the Witch's Wisdom Tarot. It is by Phyllis Curot and artwork by Danielle Barlow. So this is a Hay House deck. It is a pretty big Hay House deck. And this is what the sides look like and the backs. So it has this magnetic flap at the side, and then this is what is written on the left side of this box. It's a really nice box. You have some thumb cutouts at the side and this really big book with lots of information, it seems. So I haven't really gone through this deck much. I just mostly flipped through the cards and put it back in this pouch, and I'll show you why later. So this is what the inside of the box looks like. Really pretty sturdy box. I like the quality. I don't like this insert much because it tends to like break, but the outside box is pretty sturdy. And since I keep my decks in boxes or in their original packaging, I do appreciate when it is a sturdy box. Now let us first take a look at the guidebook. As mentioned, it is a pretty sizable book. For the table of contents, you have Introduction, the Witch's Wisdom, the Meaning and Magic of Tarot, information about the Witch's Wisdom Tarot, how to work with it, and then interpreting the cards. So the cards are on their or use their elemental counterparts, not really the wands, swords, cups, and all that. And the unique thing about this deck is that the major arcana is reversed. So instead of the Fool being the first card, you actually start with the World, and then you go to the Pilgrim, which is the Fool. And you'll notice that the majors have been renamed. So it's pretty much its own system, which is, I think, the reason why I also haven't really used it yet. I haven't really had time to look at the guidebook. Oh, sorry, I might have made you dizzy, but yeah. So here's the Witch's Wisdom information. It does read. The text is very clear. It looks like it's very easy to read. Tells you how to work with the Witch's Wisdom Tarot. So, consecrate your deck, how to read it, take an elemental journey. Okay, so there's a lot of valuable information here. You can journey, you can use meditation, invocation. Then it tells you some spreads, single card, 3 card, compass, rose reading, and spell. So it is very we just started with the book, so there's a lot of information here. And then you start with the meaning. So for each of the cards, you have the image or the keyword on the card, the wisdom, the essence, the counsel, and the magic. And then let's just take a look. Oh, I just noticed that even the courts have been renamed. Pages are messengers. I suppose the knight is the witch. Craftsman is, well, the king. And then goddess is going to be the queen, most likely. For the majors, yeah, you have the wisdom, the essence, the counsel, and the magic. But it's like 2 pages per card. Okay, so that is the book. It comes with this pouch, which I also put my deck in. And I haven't even removed this oops. So this is what the backs of the cards look like. It is quite nice. It is reversible. Now, another reason why I haven't worked with these cards, because they are big. It's almost like oracle size. Hold on. In comparison to a normal tarot size, it is so much wider and a little bit taller. But aside from the size difference, this cardstock is thick. It is matte, it is thick, it snaps back really well, but with the size and with the size and the thickness of the cards, it is a chunky deck. And you know me, I have relatively small hands and I like to shuffle my decks, and this, because of the cardstock and the size, it's just really challenging to do. So I haven't shuffled this, I haven't worked with it. I have looked through the art because the art is really beautiful for this deck. And we will take a look at that. Let me just zoom in so we can take a closer look. Okay, so we start with the minors. So this is the sword suit or the air suit. The cards are borderless. The art is lovely. And then you just have the name of the card at the bottom. Now, I got this really because of the art. I was so drawn to the nature aspect or element. It feels very grounding. It feels like I'm connecting to nature in a way that I normally can't, since I live in the city, and I am I call myself a city girl because I am actually afraid, or probably if I see like bees out in the wild, I would be scared. But I am drawn to those images, so this is my way of connecting. There's also like these cards which feel like the connecting with that type of energy, the Fae energy. Then you have your quartz, and then we move on to the suit of fire. Now I haven't had the chance to see how this reads for me, primarily because I haven't really worked with it. You know, as much as I'm drawn to the art, I don't know how to shuffle this. And normally that's a big part of my practice. Normally that's how I bond or connect with the decks. You know, putting my energy when I shuffle. And this is very difficult to do that with. But as you know, something that I keep for the art, that is like what it's doing for me right now, because it is really lovely art and almost really realistic. So like when I see this face of water, I kind of, you know, move back because I also don't like frogs. I know. I'm drawn to nature decks. I have so many nature decks, but I think it's because that's the only way I would probably be able to connect with them. The suit of cups, or the water suit. It's definitely its own system. If you're just learning and you're using RWS as your reference, this would definitely confuse the heck out of you. I mean, I have been learning about tarot for more than a year now, and this deck I haven't even really I haven't been able to wrap my head around it, and I don't know if I'm actually in that space, or called even to study it. I definitely want to read the guidebook, but to work with this as a tarot, it's not really something that I am being called to do or thinking of doing at the moment. So that's why it is in almost pristine condition, even though this is one of the earliest decks that I bought. I bought this in 2021. I have been hearing rumors that this would be reprinted in a smaller cardstock. I might repurchase it. I don't know. Maybe after I read the book, I will make that decision, because right now it's just a really pretty deck for me. And I know that there's a lot of depth in these cards, in this deck. It's well thought of, and I hear a lot of, oh, look at this. My card looks, is this bent? But it's not. Is it the printing? I'm confused. It's like, do you see that? But it's not bent. I didn't notice that. Oh, it's also here. Is that the design of the card? Yeah, anyway. I have heard a lot of people who use this and who learn the system, and they are in awe of this deck. But I'm not in that space yet to learn a new system, because it's practically a new system, and I'm still learning the original tarot, right? So I feel like I would be overwhelmed or get confused or just don't know what to do with this. But yeah, so now we're in the majors in reverse and renamed. And all right, guys, moment of truth. Let's see how this deck shuffles. So since it's too big, I don't think I can do it in one pile. So let me just show you how it shuffles if I do it in two piles, or at least with one half of the cards. And I might normally with bigger cards, I shuffle them this way, but because it's so thick, you can't really bend them, so you probably just have to drop them like that, which isn't a satisfying shuffle, honestly. And yeah, but overhand, at least with half of the deck, I have no issues. So at least this cardstock is a slippy matte, so it doesn't stick together or clump. So I can do it that way, or probably if I will be holding the full deck, it would be this way. But yeah, the cardstock is so thick, and this deck is so thick. But yeah, let's see what message we can get, and we will read from the guidebook. Okay, oops. Okay, so let us choose this one, which is the Messenger of Earth. Okay, so the Messenger of Earth, which corresponds to the Page of Pentacles in a traditional deck, the Wisdom says, "The reindeer seer, the Messenger of Earth, stands beside her beloved companion and guide. Their world is snow-covered and painted with blue shadows cast by the distant sun. The seer is young to have that gift of sight, but it's because she is young that she is able to see the future clearly. Civilization has not tied the blindfold of distraction and conformity over her eyes. Her gift is a heavy burden, but she sees it's possible to shape the future. She will say what she sees. Will the world listen?" So the essence is foresight, weighty responsibility, incorruptibility, virtue, possibility, honesty, and truth. And the counsel: whether visions come through natural intuition or skillful divination, you can see the future. Don't be afraid that it can't be changed. Witches know that fate is what you make it. Not everything is within your control, but if you use your power to control yourself, the future will be yours to shape. Look within and see what you can change now in order to change what will be. Then look around and see the future is not just about you. The world needs her witches. And then the magic, do another reading and ask the reindeer seer to show you what you need to heal in yourself and in the world. Then begin. Commit to doing one small thing for yourself that is connected to doing something for Mother Earth, and follow through. When a witch gives her word, she must keep it. So it is definitely very witchy, and I'm still in love with the images. I like how the guidebook reads, and I don't know, maybe... Oh, I haven't even shuffled this. Maybe I should try and work with this deck more. But it's just not, shuffling is just not a good experience with this deck. And I think what I will do now is really just read the book, see what it has to offer. And I don't know, I'm not sure I will be using these cards for readings because I'm just a little too overwhelmed just thinking about having to learn the system, having to, and having to shuffle and work with the deck, that it's not really calling me to work with it in that way. But I do think there is a lot of wisdom in this book, in the images of these cards, and for now I'll look through them and see what I feel. But as it stands, I don't know if this deck will be staying in my collection or not. Yeah, but it's really a lovely deck. If it calls to you, then you can consider picking up this deck. It is mass market, and or if the rumors are true, you can opt to wait for the thinner, smaller tarot size cards, which might make it easier to work with this deck. Anyway, that was the flip through of the Witch's Wisdom Tarot. If you find this video helpful, please click on the like button and do consider subscribing to my channel. I post videos like this at least once a week. See you again next time. Bye!